This video is about Google document collaboration using Google Docs and Google Drive. The focus on this video will be on user experience and how social capabilities are built in. First, I want to mention the terms and conditions, which have not changed over the last couple of years. It still remains the case that if you hand over information in Google Drive, Google is allowed to use it. Here's the website of Google Drive. It has a clean interface with a list of files, not much clutter, and you have the option to upload files, and you have on the left hand side a menu of incoming, recent, start, etc. So when I click on my drive, I can upload files. So most of the users have Office of Microsoft and they want to upload them. So I choose here this Excel spreadsheet and I upload it inside Google Drive. When it's uploaded, it's added in the list of files and we're ready to start collaborating. So when I click on the person with the plus icon, I get the option to share this file with other people. I can make people editor, I can make them viewer, and I can also give them the option to comment. And I've been looking at the comments because I didn't find anywhere where I can have a discussion and have comments around a file. But comments in this case means that within a file you can make annotations. So you don't have any option to engage with people, but it's more working comments inside a file. When I click on the I get more information about the file. I can get a little preview, I see the size of the file, and I can add a description. So when I click on the little icon, this is the only place where I can add information. When I click on activity, I can see who has edited, uploaded it, renamed it, etc. So it's more of a history trail. When I click on the file, and it opens up. And on the right hand side, I again see the information, I see the description, but now I can see who it has been shared with and with what access rights. But I cannot see who has shared the file with other people. So I don't see the tippers in this case. When I click on the I close the panel and I have a full preview of the file. Let me see how my 4-tabbed spreadsheet looks like. Let me scroll down, and for some reason it cuts it off at different pieces and different height and width. Even the images that are on one page are now spread over 3 pages. It doesn't really look good, and the rendering is not very well done. So you can see the information, but it's a bit a puzzle in the end. When I click on edit mode or in open, it will open the file in Google Docs. And this is really nice. It looks like a normal spreadsheet. And when I click on comments, I see the comments that have been made on the file. And these are the comments I mentioned before. When I close the file, I come back into my list of files inside my drive. What really surprised me is there's a second file. This does not have an Excel icon, but it has a Google Docs icon. It looks like the file, the original Excel spreadsheet, has been saved as a Google Docs format and being placed there, but the extension is still the same, so that makes it confusing. And they both have the same name. If I upload a file and I share it with, let's say, 4 people, and 2 of them start working more or less at the same time in the file, you'll see another file popping up with a different timestamp. When I share a file, who's working in which version. Another option you have to upload a file is to drag and drop files. The user interface is brilliant. I drag and drop one or multiple files in there. But when I have done that, the file is uploaded, but it didn't check if the file was already in there. So now I have 2 Excel files, and I still have the 2 Google Docs files. Let's look at the mobile experience. The mobile experience is the Google Drive app. It really looks nice, clean user interface, not cluttered, and I have the list of my files there. When I click on the I get the option to take actions. So I can get the link, I can open the file in another application, I can share the file, and I have the option to take it offline. so keep on this device, so I can take it with me. When I open the file, I'm leaving the Google Drive application and I'm being rerouted to, in this case, the Google Docs application. Now I'm viewing the file and I can scroll, I can read it, and I have the option to share it, and I can see also the details like spell check, track changes, so that looks nice. When I click on edit, the file is being opened inside the app and I can start co-editing, where as you can see on this nice image, you see people working at the same time with a little different color, the co-editing functionality. Now I'm in the editing mode and my keyboard pops up and I can start typing and I can make the changes. When leaving this file, I'm now inside the Documents app of the Google Apps suite. And what you see, two files with the same file name with the same extension. One Word file and one Google Apps file. So again, even on mobile, it creates new versions and there's no in-place conversion whatsoever. And I cannot see here in this view which files are offline, are taken with me, or are out of sync. When I click on the hamburger, I get the same menu as in the browser version with the docs files, my preferred ones, and the ones that are on my drive. So let's see how it works with IBM Connections document collaboration. First of all, there's the same view of documents, and when you upload a file, you get a dialog box where you can choose the file. But in this case, you're asked to fill in some tags. And tags are really important to be able to find information back again. We all know the brilliant presentation where you only have dancing elephants in a PowerPoint, not really much text in there. So if you don't use tagging, you will never find back that specific file. Not everything is captured in words. If you have this video, if I upload it inside Connections, nobody will really find it unless I tag this video. Another thing is you have option to share it with other people and you have the option to encrypt these files. When I upload the file, it ends up in the list of files. When I open the file or the placeholder, I have several options. So when I click on the share button, I have the option to share the file with a person or with a community. Inside Google Drive, I couldn't find any option to share it with a community or a circle. When you see this placeholder, you see the line add comment. So it's really inviting for users to really add comments and to start a discussion around this file. So people can enter information, and if this file is shared externally, there's a reminder that if everything you say can be used by external people. When I save it, you see the information is there, the text is there, and people can start reply on that and have discussion going. It's also mentioned on which version this comment is made. So if someone asks to make an improvement on a file, you can see, oh, it's on version 1, in version 2 it's already solved. When I click on about this file, you have more or less the same information about the size, and you can see the downloads. When I click on sharing, I can add readers, I can add editors, and what I really love about this one, I can see which version has been downloaded, and I also can see which person is shared with other people or other communities. So this gives me an insight of who are my tippers inside my organization, which really can accelerate the spread of my knowledge inside my organization. When I click on View, I get a preview. And here you see how the 4-tab page looks like. It's 4 pages, it's 4 tabs, and my new company car is not cut into pieces. So the preview, I might say so, looks a lot better than in Google Docs. There's also an option to edit the file. And looking on edit, it looks more or less the same as in Google Docs. And you can work together inside the file with co-editing. One other difference is when I get back from the view, inside my view, as you can see, there's no additional document added. So in this case, the whole editing takes place inside IBM Docs, and when a version is created and someone downloads that version, it downloads the Excel version back to their machine. There's no IBM Docs format floating around. When I drag and drop a file with the same file name, the system gives me an alert that the file already exists and asks me if I want to create a new version. Let's have a look at the mobile experience. Here you see the IBM Connections app, and you have a list of your files. When I click on the Renovations Company Profile document, I get the file on the left-hand side and the information on the right-hand side. And what you see here is the discussion around this topic on the right-hand side, and you can join in the discussion and add more comments and have real collaboration around this file. When I click on Info, I can see who it's being shared with as more or less the same information as you have seen in the browser. When I click on the arrow, I can add a file to my sync to take it offline, to take it with me. And I have it sync automatically or not. So I go back to my list, and if a file is out of sync because a colleague uploaded a new version or someone else changed something, I can see that the file is out of sync. So now I know I'm dealing with old information. And depending on the size of the file, I can say, okay, let's download it because it's important. I take it with me right now. So how does this look like when I'm working inside a file before editing? I see a little red arrow when it's out of sync. When I click on the three dots, I have more options. I can open in another application, I can view it, and I can edit it in IBM Docs. So now I have the co-editing capabilities inside my application. I'm not leaving the IBM Connections app. I'm still in this app and I can work with other people. So when I'm finished editing, I go back and I see only one file inside the list of my documents. And now there's another big difference with Google. When I click on the hamburger menu, I have the full capabilities of the enterprise social platform in my app. I can look at my network, I can communicate with an activity stream of my network, see status updates, I can work in my blog, I can work in communities, etc. While on the other hand, Google has multiple apps, there's no integration with Google Plus or any other application. This was my video about IBM and Google document collaboration. If you liked it, just let me know. If you have any comments, just type them down below.